This is a bit abstract, but we are irrationally, since young, hardwired for belonging, the need for belonging, beyond the obvious safety and survival needs. So we are easily affected by our peers or by our important people. So we are younger, when we are inexperienced, our identity are porous in the sense that anything can go through and affect us. Like in your case, like humanize, any feedback can go straight into our self-worth and it make us lash out or hold resentment. So a stronger identity is a natural, I would say, inoculation to the fear of criticism and your true source of natural authority. Who you are, turn your uniqueness into strength. So that is where people naturally gravitate towards you. Your uniqueness, your unique drive, not something you try to copy other people. A solid identity and a sense of purpose I believe, are the solution and antidote for many other problems beyond self-confidence. It's also about dating, about relationships, about your work motivation and your productivity. So, what is a strong identity? I think it's built based on one, an objective understanding of people and keep questioning all limiting belief. And second is make conscious choices and prioritization of your values, of what you should prioritize higher, of what you can discard in your life. Instead of trying to be perfect in everything, instead of trying to follow a social script, you make choices that are yours. And that is a true source of freedom and of authority. What do you truly want in life? What you are willing to sacrifice in terms of choices? Again, it's very abstract. I would say it's quite abstract. It's something to keep in mind. But why is it important to have a strong and authentic identity and apply it to your work? Because society and family and workplace often have biases towards certain characteristics that fit the majority but may not fit you. And I think that the most powerful people, the most happy people, are able to align their job or their leadership style with their authentic strengths and desires and dreams. People will gravitate toward authentic confidence. A lot of time, like for example, in my case, if I don't know myself well or have a clear prioritization of my life, I would have been easily affected by many of the comments of people around me. For example, my dad might have a similar personality to Jumana's father. He can be very opinionated and he don't appreciate even diversity very well. He can say, okay, why don't you have good memory like me? Why don't you can be more talkative like me? Like he would have certain expectation. Okay, men have to be masculine, or you need to have good memory or that kind of thing. But once I know that, okay, my strength is not in the details. My strength, not to say it's an excuse, but my strength is in abstract thinking. I'm much better than him in abstract and creative thinking. Then I realized that, okay, that this is your opinion and you are speaking from your point of view, but I know myself and my strengths. Or when I talk about prioritization of your life and of values, I know that my goals eventually, even long time, many years ago, I know I wanted to start my own training business like now. And I know that compared to other people, I value career, I value contribution, meaningful contribution to society the most. So to me, let's say, for example, a lot of people want to be perfect in everything they do, even if they play sports or do a hobbies to kill their free time. They could be affected if someone comment on their work or their hobbies. But for example, if I play soccer, a lot of people find me very chill and I can be myself and relax. Even if a lot of people sometimes give me criticism about how the way I play, but I know that my priority is my work or my marketing job or my training job. I consciously give very low priority to my hobby or my sport. It's just a way for me to keep myself healthy. So I'm very open to feedback. I can be myself all the time because uh, I don't take it too seriously because I have a clear values and identity. Does that make sense? Instead of draining and burdening yourself with trying to keep a perfect image in everything and affected. I mean, even at your work, not everything is of the same important. Let's say I was in marketing. I know that my strength, my main KPI producer is marketing job, and I need to be good at that. But when it comes to like feedback from accounting or sales, I know that it's not my strength to be good at necessarily engineering part of the whatever part. So I'm very happy to hear it helped me to be open about feedback from other people because I have a clear priority about what work is more important and what work is of lower values. I hope that makes sense. So there are a few tools to build a strong identity: conscious reflection and questioning of belief. Uh, some of these questions can be seem a bit heavy, but something for you to think about. Like, on my deathbed, what do you want to be remembered for at the end of your life by your children or by your loved one? If money is no longer a concern, how would I spend the rest of my life? What do I aspire to do as a kid? What am I naturally good at beyond before I am an adult? So why don't I do this? Is there any misalignment between my job now or the way I conduct myself now that doesn't represent my natural authentic self? What am I having any limiting belief that is holding me back? Am I doing, am I aligning my job well? Am I doing the right job? Yeah, sometimes you have to put a serious question of, am I doing the right job? Is this something I want to do 10 years, 20 years from now? And am I holding any beliefs that are not true that prevent me from doing that? I mean, if you try, I mean, again, it's about being authentic in the way you live in your job, beyond just social expectation or superficial gains. Those are important, money, cars, all this, but those are not the deepest or most authentic source of fulfillment or authority. And lastly, on identity, this one is again is a bit advanced. It's about personality type and archetypes. If you learn a bit more about MBTI or Enneagram, you learn about introvert, extrovert, feeling, thinking. I put a few video here you can watch later to learn. But these are about natural personality and behavioral patterns that can help you understand if you know your pattern, if you know you are introvert, extrovert, if you know you are more logical or more emotional, for example. It will help you better gravitate and identify your true strengths and true path in life. Yeah, so that's it about identity, building an identity. So based on this idea of a consciously prioritized and a strong identity, maybe a quick reflection. What is something that you think is your negative quality, but actually, if you think about it, you actually can have an argument for it, like there are two sides to everything. Or is there or another question is there something is unique about you or your strengths, but you have not yet, or you forget to align it with your job now, or how you conduct your life?